Okay, so imagine your body is this massive, super complex construction site. You've got projects happening everywhere all at once. Well, to keep all of that running smoothly, you need a highly specialized workforce. And today, we're going to meet that essential crew, the 13 vitamins that work tirelessly, completely behind the scenes.
So, I've got a question for you. What are the 13 compounds that your body absolutely cannot live without? But here's the catch. It can't make any of them on its own. It has to hire them from the outside. Any ideas?
You got it. We're talking about vitamins, so let's get a proper job description for this incredible, microscopic workforce.
So here's the official breakdown. Vitamins are organic compounds that your body needs, but only in really tiny amounts to manage its metabolism. You know, all those chemical reactions that keep you alive and kicking. But the most crucial part is right there at the end. You have to get them from your diet. Your body just can't whip them up out of thin air.
And just how many of these essential workers are on the payroll? Yep, exactly 13. No more, no less. And each one has a very specific job to do. If even one of them doesn't show up for work, the whole project can start to fall apart.
Now, this little workforce of 13 is split into two very different teams, and it's all based on how they operate inside your body. Let's get to know these two departments.
On one side, you have your fat-soluble team. Think of these as your elite specialists, the ones you keep on retainer. They hang around, stored in your body's fat tissue, ready to go when you need them for a big job. Then on the other side, you have the water-soluble vitamins. These are more like your daily hires. They clock in, do their job, and any extras are gone by the end of the day. You literally have to bring in a fresh crew every single day.
All right, so let's start with those long-term experts, the 4 fat-soluble vitamins that you keep on the payroll for those absolutely critical jobs.
First up to the plate is vitamin A, also known as retinol, and this one is your vision specialist. Its whole job is about how you see the world. Its main task is to help form the pigments in your eyes that, well, let you see things. Now, if vitamin A doesn't show up for its shift, the very first problem you'll notice is night blindness. But if it stays absent, well, the consequences are severe, potentially leading all the way to total blindness. It's that important. Okay, let's meet our next specialist, vitamin D. This is the bone builder. Its entire focus is on the structural integrity of your body, your skeleton.
But here's the thing. Vitamin D's main role isn't actually building bone directly. It acts more like a foreman. It's the one that gives the signal for your body to absorb calcium and phosphorus, the actual building blocks of bone. And without that foreman on site, kids can develop a condition called rickets, where their bones become dangerously soft and weak.
Next on the specialist team is vitamin E. And a great way to think about this one is as a personal bodyguard for every single cell in your body. Its official title is an antioxidant. What that really means is it stands guard and protects your cell membranes from getting damaged by all these unstable molecules floating around. Without this bodyguard on duty, your cells are totally vulnerable and can start to break down.
And the final member of our fat-soluble specialist team is vitamin K, the emergency medic. When there's an injury, any kind of breach, this is the first responder on the scene. Its critical, life-saving job is to help form something called prothrombin. This is a key protein in that whole chain reaction that makes your blood clot up after a cut. So, if your medic is off duty, even a small cut can become a big problem because the bleeding just takes way too long to stop. All right, let's shift gears and talk about the other department, the water-soluble vitamins. This is the crew of 9 daily workers you have to hire over and over again. And for the most part, they act as what we call coenzymes. Think of them as the essential tools that other workers need to get their jobs done. Now, the most famous member of this daily crew is definitely vitamin C. It's a real multi-talented worker, acting as both a master builder and a protector. So, just like vitamin E, it's an antioxidant. But its other huge job is forming collagen. Collagen is basically the protein glue that holds together your bones, your skin, everything. And if you don't hire vitamin C, well, you get scurvy. Yep, the infamous disease that plagued sailors for centuries. Now, the rest of the daily crew, all 8 of them, are part of one big family, the B-complex vitamins. Their main group project? Energy management. They're the coenzymes, the toolkits that help your body unlock energy from the food you eat. Now, we can't meet all 8 today, so let's just spotlight a few key members to see how they work.
First up, we've got B1, or thiamine. It's absolutely essential for a specific type of chemical reaction that releases energy from carbs.
If you don't have it, you can end up with a condition called beriberi, which messes with the heart and circulatory system.
Next, let's look at B3, or niacin. This vitamin is a key player in what are called oxidation reduction reactions, which is just a fundamental way your body moves energy around. A lack of niacin leads to a really devastating disease called pellagra.
And finally, let's spotlight B12. This one has a really complex job, helping with intramolecular rearrangement reactions. You know, that basically means it helps rebuild and reconfigure molecules inside your cells. If B12 is missing from the job site, it can cause a type of anemia called pernicious anemia.
Phew! So after meeting all 13 members of this essential workforce, from the long-term specialists to the daily crew, what's the big picture? What does this all mean?
So let's bring it all home. Your body needs these 13 essential vitamins to function, period. They're split into two teams, the fat-soluble specialists you keep on retainer, and the water-soluble crew you have to rehire every single day. We've seen that each one has a specific, critical job, and if they're not there, things go wrong. And all of that leads us to the single most important takeaway. You are the hiring manager. This entire workforce relies completely on your diet to get the job done.
This team of 13 isn't just nice to have, it is absolutely fundamental to your health. So the last question is a personal one. Now that you've met the team, is your toolkit complete? Is your crew fully staffed?